Are you struggling with a large amount of debt to pay off? Would you like to know the fastest ways to get out of debt? My friend, it's time for your mentoring appointment. Come on in. Hello, my friend. Welcome to today's mentoring appointment. So you want to know how to pay off your debts as quickly as you possibly can. Maybe you've accumulated some consumer debt, maybe you've spent a little bit more than you should have, and you want to know the fastest ways that you can get it all paid off. Well, one of the ways that some gurus will tell you to do is to scrimp and save and eat rice and beans for a couple of years and to live like paupers. Some might even say something to the effect of live like no one else now so that you can live like no one else later. And they say, come on, just cut everything back and then put all that extra money into paying off your debts. Focus all of your energy into paying debts off, paying debts off, paying debts off, and eventually you will. The only problem with that is, as you know, whatever we put energy into expands. And so if the brain is constantly being conditioned to pay off debt, pay off debt, pay off debt, even if you do get close to paying off all of your debts, the brain will cause some sort of situation in your life to create more debt to pay off. And you go, wait a second, why did this just happen? And your brain goes, I was just giving you what you wanted. You said you wanted to pay off debts, and I can't do that unless we have debts to pay off. Even if that isn't your biggest focus, most people that simply pay off their debts end up having to go back into debt for one reason or another. Now, let's try a different approach. Rather than simply focusing on paying off your debts, why not leverage the art of borrowing to increase your income? Laura Langmeyer, a good friend of mine and one of the featured mentors in the movie The Secret, says that debt is simply a matter of not making enough money. If you made much, much more money, you wouldn't have had to use your credit card or go into debt in the first place. On the other hand, you could use, again, the art of borrowing money to put more money back into your pocket. Now, wait a second, Eric. You're saying that some types of borrowing can actually be good? Yes. One of my mentors once told me the story of a couple that he had actually helped purchase a couple of real estate properties. They rented them out, and after a certain period of time, they came to meet with him in his office, and they were just feeling overwhelmed. He said, what's going on? And they said, oh my gosh, it's these houses. It's these two houses that you helped us make, that you helped us buy. And he said, what happened? Did they depreciate in value? And they said, oh no, they've both gone up by about $50,000. He said, what happened? Like, do you not have reliable renters in there? Like, are they not paying you on time? And they said, oh no, we've got reliable renters in there and they're paying us every single month. And he said, hang on a second. You mean to tell me that these houses that you purchased have increased in value, adding an extra $100,000 of net worth to you, and they're cash flowing every single month, meaning they're paying for the mortgage payment as well as putting an extra few $100s every single month into your pocket? What's the problem? And they said, it's the debt. It's the debt. We were counseled to never go into any sort of debt, and now we have debt. Well, this mentor of mine facetiously looked at them and said, tell you what, I'll take one for the team. I'll actually take those houses off of your hands. And they said, but those are ours. And he goes, you're confusing me now. My friends, is it possible that certain types of borrowing can put more money into your pocket? Yes! That's what differentiates the wealthy from the non-wealthy. The non-wealthy, of course, focus on buying what's called liabilities, which means things that take money out of your pocket. Whereas the wealthy use borrowing to purchase assets, which then puts more money into your pocket. Think about that for a moment. Very few people, including a lot of wealthy investors, don't either have the cash to buy a house outright or don't want to simply buy a house outright. They realize that they could use that same cash and they could leverage the art of borrowing to purchase several rental properties, which will then cash flow, increasing that person's income, and then put more money back into that person's pocket to help them pay off the loans. I recently asked a question which was posed to me by one of my mentors, which was, if you had a choice between clearing off all your debts right now and earning an extra $10,000 every single month for the rest of your life? Which one would you choose? Some people say, well, if I owe like $1 million on my house and I have lots of money towards my education, well, I would just pay off those debts and then I would be good. My friend, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But can you retire on no debt? Can you go to the grocery store and say, hey, I'm debt free, and have them give you food? No! You actually need money. You've actually got to provide for the rest of your means. Yes or yes? And so, my friend, why not invest in assets, which will then raise your monthly income so that covering those debts is no problem? My friend, the greatest asset that you can invest in is this. You've heard the phrase, get as much education as you possibly can. Well, I'm actually going to modify that just a little bit to get as much education that you're actually going to use as you possibly can. Simply watching this video means nothing to you. It's going to be a waste of time unless you actually begin to apply it. My friend, come to one of our events. Invest in yourself. Invest in the greatest asset that you possibly can, because wouldn't you agree that learning one single new skill can actually make all the difference between financial mediocrity and financial abundance? The answer is absolutely. My friend, it's time to stop putting your focus on simply paying off debts, and it's time to start focusing on financial abundance. You know you deserve it. Great job on today's mentoring appointment, my friend. As always, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to our channel. Also, if you are serious about raising your income and finally having the means to very easily pay debts off, join us at one of our live events. Go to feelwelllivewell.com, click on live events, and find the one that matches your calendar. Join us and let us teach you how to very, very quickly raise your income so that you can experience the freedom that you've always desired.